Have you ever had one of those days, or maybe weeks, where you feel like you're running in every direction at once, but getting absolutely nowhere? Well, we're about to dive into this really powerful idea from a viral speech that just cuts right through all that noise and gets to the heart of what it really takes to succeed.
And honestly, it all boils down to this one simple word: focus. The source of this whole explainer argues that the thing separating average people from extraordinary people, it's not some crazy talent or just dumb luck. It's something way more fundamental. It's about being able to point all of your energy, everything you've got, at one single thing. Think about it like this. You remember being a kid, right? Taking a magnifying glass outside on a sunny day? The sun's rays are just everywhere. They're warm, but they're weak. But when you use that magnifying glass to focus all that light onto one tiny little spot, boom, it gets powerful enough to start a fire. Your effort, your energy, it works the exact same way. When it's scattered, it's weak. But when it's concentrated, man, it becomes unstoppable. To really see what happens when that focus is lost, let's look at a classic cautionary tale. It's the story of the hunter. So, this hunter, he goes deep into the forest. And all of a sudden, he spots it, his first target, a rabbit. Perfect. He raises his bow, he takes aim, he pulls that string back, and his entire world shrinks down to that one rabbit. But just as he's about to let that arrow fly, out of the corner of his eye, he sees something bigger, a deer. And his mind starts racing, right? Well, a deer is a much better prize. So he lowers his bow, and just like that, he shifts his aim to the new target. Okay, so he starts stalking the deer, but then, you guessed it, an even grander prize appears, this magnificent stag. And his mind does it again. Forget the deer, the stag is the ultimate prize. He completely abandons the deer and starts chasing after the stag, which, of course, just vanishes deep into the woods.
So the hunter goes home with absolutely nothing. Now, was that bad luck? Was it fate? No way. The problem was his total inability to stick to one target. He had opportunity after opportunity, but his focus was completely scattered.
In this story, it reveals a really crucial insight. See, the biggest problem for most of us isn't that we try something and then we fail. The real issue is something much, much deeper that stops us before we even get going. And here it is. This is the core issue. The biggest obstacle standing in your way isn't your ability to hit the target. It's the fact that you don't have a clearly defined target in the first place. I mean, think about it. You literally cannot hit a goal you don't have.
And get this, there's a statistic that says if you ask 100 people to name the one single primary goal of their life, 99 of them, they can't give you a straight answer. They might say something like, oh, I want to be happy, or I want to make more money. But those aren't goals, you know? They're just vague desires.
So how do we fix this, right? Let's flip the script and look at an incredibly powerful positive example. The legendary Indian athlete Milkha Singh, who they called the Flying Sikh. His entire life is basically a masterclass in setting and crushing goals with that laser-like focus we've been talking about.
See, Milkha's journey shows you exactly how this works. He didn't start out saying, I want to be a world champion. No. His motivation was built step by step, like a ladder. First, his goal was super simple. Run and you get an extra glass of milk. That's it. Once he got that, his goal got bigger. Earn the right to wear the official India team jacket. Then his coach gave him a new, super specific target, break the 45.9-second world record. And eventually, his ambition grew so huge that he was literally working to have a national holiday declared in his name. You see? Each goal just fueled the next one.
And this part is brilliant. It shows how having a crystal clear goal just changes your entire mindset. When he was faced with a huge distraction, like a party in London right before a big race, he literally went to a mirror and slapped himself in the face. It was a wake-up call to get back on track. When a rival tried to psych him out, saying, this is going to be your last race, Milkha didn't crumble. He took that threat and used it as fuel to run faster than he ever had before. His goal was just too important. But achieving a huge goal like that, it also means you have to constantly raise your own personal standards. There's this incredible story that Milkha pushed himself so hard in training, he went from wringing a mug's worth of sweat from his shirt to wringing out a full bucket. I mean, can you imagine? It's just this powerful metaphor for relentless self-improvement. The lesson is, to get more, you have to become more. But it wasn't all just about him. And this is so important. Milkha Singh never forgot the people who helped him get there. After a huge win, he famously gave his medal to his coach, and he credited all of his success to two things:
his coach, and the army. And that right there is a profound lesson in humility and being grateful for the mentors who guide you along the way.
Okay, so we've seen the story of the hunter, who had zero focus, and the story of the athlete, who had absolute, unwavering focus. Now it's time to bring this lesson home, back to you. It all comes down to one single, powerful question. And I mean, really think about this. Forget the vague wishes. What is the one specific, measurable, singular goal that you are aiming for? You know, like Milka's glass of milk, or his 45.9-second record. Just having that clarity, that's the first and honestly, the most important step of all.
So the ultimate takeaway here is this. Don't just think about it. Define it. Write it down. Make one concrete goal for your life and let that single point of focus guide every single action you take from here on out. Because that is the real secret to turning the ordinary into the truly extraordinary.